that on the honey-do list?
That was a little high-pitched. Good evening, everybody. I will call the council meeting of November 13th, 2024 to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Anna, will you please call the roll?
Allner.
Here.
Perry. Here. Madden.
Here.
Foster.
Here.
Silver. Vincent.
Here. I'd like to make a motion to excuse Council Member Brent Silver from the November 13th, 2024 council meeting. Is there a second? Second. Thank you. Anna, is there any discussion? Anna, please call the roll.
Allner.
Yes.
Bilski.
Yes.
Perry. Madden.
Yes.
Foster. Vincent.
Yes. Mayor, I understand we have a coloring contest to announce tonight.
We do. And I will go up to the podium. I'll go up to the podium and I will bring up our budding artists. First of all, I want to thank all of the kids who participated in this project this summer.
Turned it on.
Great to see that we have so much creativity, so much talent growing in our community, and that hopefully we'll see them producing bigger and better things in public art across Warren Village.
It's not on.
That being said, I want
It's
to
not on.
bring the winners up for the coloring contest. We broke it into 3 categories, essentially, because kids operate at different levels, and we should look at that in that context. So,
Mayor, excuse me one second. Is your microphone on?
At the bottom, the red light. Is the red light on? It could be. Is the batteries dead?
Use my mic.
Now I hear it.
I think it's on now.
Bring me that one, Larry, so I can change.
Can we, okay, is this working?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, do I need to start all over again? You don't want that. Again, congratulations to all who participated in this. And I want to bring up the winners by their categories. And we have both a certificate and a little prize, and we have gold medals that I will confirm. So this is an Olympic sport. So first I want to call up in our 5 to 6-year-old category, Sophia Fouts. Sophia, you want to come up here? Well, we're going to put your medal on. We don't have to play the national anthem.
Mayor, put her so she could be on the camera.
Flag of your country. Here's your certificate. Your work. Wait, but wait, there's more. But wait,
There's more.
this is your prize. Congratulations. Okay. The next category was 7 and 8-year-olds, and the judges included myself and my wife. And most of the time we see eye to eye, but on this one, we felt very strongly about two of them, and so we decided we would give 2 awards. So I first want to call up Eleanor Martin.
Know which way to turn.
And congratulations. And here is your prize. And also in the 7 and 8-year-old category, we have Amelia Liu. Congratulations, Amelia. Turn around and face the camera. Wait, we go all the way here in Orange Village. Here's your certificate. Congratulations. And here is your prize. By the way, the parting gifts include a gift certificate for pizza at the pizza joint over at Miles in Brainerd.
Is that what it is?
Okay, our last winner, and certainly not the least, is our 9 and 10-year-old category. And that would be Lily Howat. Is that how is it pronounced?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be on the camera.
Enjoy. For those of you who haven't taken the time to do so, please feel free to go out into the lobby and you can see the artwork, and I'll identify the particular picture for each of the winning submitter. The 5-6 category was picture 7A. The 7 and 8 category was 6A and 9, and the 9-10 category was number 2. So if you want to go look at those are the winning works, and those will be on display here for a short period of time, and then they'll go to the Cleveland Museum of Art for their...
May I ask
Fine,
all of our winning artists to come up? We'll do a picture with all of you together right over here by the mayor.
Holding their picture.
Holding your certificate.
Bring your certificate with you.
Pictures are on the things they have. I did it as a cute little thing. You'll see. And have them this way so we can see the camera. Mayor, have them on your right side. Mayor, have them on your right side.
Oh, you're a stage manager at heart. Order is how it is done.
Oh, cute.
Paparazzi over here.
I love it. Oh, that's awesome.
Military and me won't.
I'd like to congratulate all of our very talented artists, both the ones who won and the ones who submitted, so thank you to all of you. If you do not want to stay for the rest of the meeting, you do not need to. You're welcome to go out and check out the art, or you're welcome to stay for the meeting if you prefer. Thank you and congratulations again.
What do you have to say about the gifts? The mayor will announce. Can we have something for all of them and that the people that entered will contact
Okay.
parents? I just
Okay.
surely do.
Just to let all of you, I'll go back to the
Not,
mic.
yeah, it's just for everybody to know that we're thinking of all.
Oh, boy.
So everyone knows, we have a little something for everyone who entered the contest, and Anna will be in touch with them. And thank you again. You guys are wonderful.
Nice job, everybody.
Congratulations again. Moving on to item 6, I will make a motion to confirm the appointment of Alexander Katz as a part-time firefighter paramedic. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Ms. Allner and Chief, already at the mic.
Good evening. Alex, why don't you come up here, introduce who you brought with tonight? Sure, you can stand there. Would you bring with you? It's fiance Jackie. Welcome. Alex is a well-traveled individual. He's gathered professional experience from a wide range of departments. He started his career in Illinois in 2014 with the Newark Fire Protection District. In 2018, he migrated to South Carolina, where he served with the Georgetown Fire and EMS for a few years, and then served 6 years with the Horry County Fire Rescue, a department that runs well over 60,000 calls a year. Recently moved to the Cleveland area to be near his family, currently resides in Shaker Heights, and his new fiance just of last week, he's newly engaged. Last month, Alex started full-time employment with the East Cleveland Fire Department. He's a paramedic, as well as a hazmat technician, fire instructor, and has completed the Fire Officer 1 course. Although here in Orange, we might not be as busy as some of the places that he's worked, we are sure his experience will serve the village well. For your confirmation, Alexander Katz.
Thank you so much, and welcome to Orange. Is there any discussion?
Just welcome aboard.
Okay.
You have to
Anna,
call
please
roll.
call the roll.
Yes.
Ski,
Yes.
Perry. Yes. Madden,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes.
Officially, we have to swear you in before we... Okay, before we can have you pinned with your new badge, you have to have the oath of office. So I'd like you to face the camera, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, Constitution of the State of Ohio, rules, regulations, and Charter of Orange Village, that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially discharge my duties as a part-time firefighter paramedic, Orange Village, State of Ohio, during my continuance in said office. Congratulations. If you would like to do the honors. Very nice. Yep. Hand that off to Anna when you get over there.
Congratulations, man.
Go through and
Alex.
Thank you.
It's not,
Yeah, congrats.
We are going to move ahead to item 7. Are we good? Is there a motion to approve the treasurer's report for September 2024? I think I heard, okay, we'll give it to Mrs. Perry. And you want to second it? Okay, there we go. Did you get that, Jeff?
Perry, okay. Jeff? Oh, I thought it was Phil Mann.
No.
I saw
Yeah.
his mouth move. Okay. so-
Ventriloquism. Is there any discussion? Okay. Dana?
Have the cash account summary for September 2024, and we have $19,772,000 in our bank accounts. And September revenues was just over $1,480,000, and our expenditures for all the funds was $1,179,000. And it's a quarterly report, so your revenue and expenditure detail is all funds. Typically on non-quarterly reports, you should see the general fund. So the general fund is showing 77% of the revenues being collected and 61% of expenditures for the general fund. And all funds we're seeing 81% of our budget is being collected and 55% of the expenditures being collected. Any larger or variances in Fund 210, which is the Chagrin Highlands TIF, we have a larger variance as a result of road improvements, and it's just a timing difference of when we pay the bills during the summer for those projects.
Any additional comments or discussion? Okay, Anna, please call the roll.
Allner,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Madden,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes. And we move on to item 8, a motion to approve the tax administrator's report for September 2024.
I'll make a motion.
Mrs. Perry, is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Madden. Dana?
So for September, the tax administrator report shows from all sources of income tax collections, our gross collections was just over $586,000, which is almost $146,000 over September of last year. Year to date, we're about $96,000 below year to date of 2023. You then have the monthly gross showing the tracking for each month for the last few years, and you can see we did play some catch up there for September. And our monthly cumulative, you'll see that we did pick up a little bit, and we're tracking at 2022's collections.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Okay, Anna, please call the roll.
Allner,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Perry,
Yes.
Madden,
Yes.
Foster,
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes. Thank you, Dana. We move on to item 9, a discussion of the bills to be paid in the month of November in the amount of $320,457.38, and additional October expenses in the amount of $2,088,022.10. Are there any questions, comments? Okay, hearing none, we will move on to item number 10. Before we do that, I just want to thank Dana again. She presented us with an overview of the budget earlier today during the finance, and I just want to thank you again for your work and your office's work on that. Moving on to item 10, audience comments relating to agenda items only. Anybody? None. We will move on to item 11, old business of pending legislation and motions. Item A, ordinance 2024-24, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Cuyahoga County to resurface Miles Road and declaring an emergency. This is on for second reading. We discussed it last week. Is there any additional discussion on this? Okay, we will move on with that. We have no new business or consideration of new business that I'm aware of, unless anybody else has anything to add. We are just trucking along here. Item 13, we're going to move on to audience comments relating to matters which advance the good of the village. Please remember to sign in. Oh, you have a sign-in sheet? Okay, well, we'll get one made. If you would just state your name and address, and thank you for being here.
John Loftus, live at 4231 Lander Road, Orange Village. I'd like to start off with a positive note. Many communities around the country lament the fact that over the loss of news coverage of local government. We in Orange Village are fortunate that we have the Chagrin Sun and the Chagrin Valley Times serving us. But more important than just the newspapers is the reporters who attend the council meetings and follow up with participants. As issue 32 demonstrated, telling the story is a critical part of our democracy. For their work, I hope we can all agree that Ed Wittenberg and more recently Sue Reed have done a commendable job. I may not have always agreed with the presentation, but balanced presentation is what good journalism is all about. So I hope you will all join me in thank Ed and Sue Reed for the work that they did and continue to do for the community. Now, under the business at hand, last week I came to our hearing to witness what the mayor and council had to say about the outcome of issue 32. The common theme was that the village needed to come together. I found that an interesting take on the outcome, since it was the mayor and the majority of this council that insisted on splitting the community. On multiple occasions, residents of this village requested that you respect the master plan and set this issue aside. Early on in the process, some council members even pointed out that they had not received one call in support of the project. Yet you were determined to proceed. Following the failure to secure the required number of votes in May, somehow a lawsuit was orchestrated by the developer, a settlement agreement that wasn't publicly endorsed by council for 2 months, was submitted and agreed to by a judge that overruled the vote of council. With the issue moving forward, the mayor, using village assets, including the newsletter and e-newsletter, campaigned for the project. This was despite the fact that legal counsel assured us that campaigns using such resources was not allowed. Finally, when it was brought to the mayor's attention that the developer's campaign sign did not conform to village code, it took more than a week for the village to act. And then the replacement sign was still larger than allowed. Regardless of these efforts, the issue failed. So coming to the conclusion, and maybe some of you will disregard my comments, but I am pleading with you as members of council to please, please listen to the residents and do what your constituents need. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Loftus.
Made something. All you have to do is stick your address in.
Jim Boyle, 31399 Fairview Drive. I echo my friend's comments from earlier and would ask, more than anything else, that this body recognize not just what the voters said, but also that the process that you guys utilized was flawed from the beginning, literally the beginning. With a law director that had conflicts with the developer from the outset, didn't disclose it, from a vote that somehow gets magically overturned. It was flawed from the beginning, and that set the tone for where this entirety was going. And I think when we went door to door, we didn't hear anybody saying, hey, this is great, anyone that didn't have a skin in this game. And the thing that I find the most troublesome, and I think my friend will speak on this too, is that I don't think you ever really thought to engage the community about what this meant. You guys had a decision that was ready to go. No one came in our neighborhood and knocked on our door and said, hey, what do you think about this? What is this? For you guys, it was a decision. For us, it was our livelihoods. Our house, our homes are our most valuable investment. And to think that those of us who've been there 20 or 30 years, none of you even took the time or energy to speak to us. Councilwoman Ullner, I greatly appreciate the role that you played in this, and that your leadership in this as a newer council member really does matter. Several of your colleagues hid, didn't make any statement on it, and I do expect that when they will be called upon to answer that, I don't know what their answer is going to be. And on a core level, I do respect Councilman Bilski and Councilwoman Vincent and Mayor Klein, your willingness to publicly support this posture. That's what our system is designed for. We can respectfully disagree. But what I don't understand is if you truly believe that this was in the best interest of this community, why didn't you work for it? The newspaper makes it sound like, well, the developer fell asleep at the switch and didn't do his job and didn't get it done. This was never the issue 32 opponents versus the developer. We were opposed to the rezoning and what that would do to our community. The developer was irrelevant to it. But if you truly believe this, I want representatives and leaders that are willing to go to work for that which they believe is in the best interest of this community. And I didn't see that from any of the three of you, other than putting your name on a piece of literature. I didn't see anybody making any calls, knocking on any doors, doing any of those things. That's what leaders do when they believe in what it is. And it tells me that I don't believe you really believe this was in the best interest of this community. There's a design here that we're going to develop. That's great. But have a thoughtful approach to how this is going to look. When I hear this nonsense about, hey, we'll just put it on the ballot and let the voters decide, that's not how a representative democracy works. We elect you guys to make decisions. That's what we do. And we all know that zoning matters go to the electorate. You're not heroes for saying, let's let the public decide these things. That's your job here. But I do want to address, because there were some comments that there was misinformation shared throughout the campaign. And I can only attest to what I stand behind every comment I made at this podium. I stand behind every word that was printed on every piece of literature. We met weekly to discuss what the contents of those yard signs, literature, letters, emails was going to be. But there are two things that kept on coming back to me that I felt were really problematic. And Councilwoman Vincent, when you in this literature said that it was a dilapidated church, you know, and I filed a public records request and got all of the information, police file reports to that address, building inspection violations to that address, and fire calls to that. Virtually none. So I don't, it sounds to me like that was just more of an after-the-fact response to why this was a good idea. The other thing, and again, I've spoken at this podium before, and I've spoken, and obviously I've filled in the law director as well as Mr. Wittenberg, the nonsense that in some fashion the non-taxable aspect of this property was some sort of matter which you had no control over. You willfully ignored it as you drove by that for years and did nothing about it. One of the parcels actually is taxable. There was an error in the county records, and it shouldn't be to a knucklehead like me to find that out. You've got a team of people, and it will be added back to the tax roll. And in the letter that I received from the Ohio Department of Taxation, based on the questions that they're asking of the church, I fully expect that the other two parcels will be added to the tax rolls as well. But unfortunately, because you did nothing for the however many years, the Ohio Department of Taxation can only go back 1 year. That's all they can do. So we have forfeited by your inactivity. And I do blame that on this body. I do. So look, the mayor is correct. We all need to come together because I believe that everybody here wants this community to be better, and that really should be everyone's goal. And to that extent, I do pledge, and I know that my friends that worked on this campaign all agree that we should come together to make this community better. But I do hope that the takeaway for this is that we do care about our zoning. We do care about our master plan. And I do believe that the people that represent us have to have those shared interests. I do believe that. And I hope that that's a lesson that we all take away from last Tuesday. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Boyle.
Hi, my name is Stacy Golden. I'm at 4969 Westwood Crest. I'll keep my comments very short because my neighbors, John and Jim, did a very thorough job of, I think, sharing a lot of our sentiments. While the issue of 32 was not necessarily what some members of council or the mayor had hoped, there was one sentiment that was expressed by many last week, and that was that hopefully we can come together and move forward from this. And quite honestly, that's exactly what myself, my fellow neighbors here, and a whole bunch of other neighbors got together and did. We pounded the pavement. We talked to one another. Old-fashioned communication. We knocked on people's doors. And it's really unfortunate that you and others here appear to have seen our group as being opponents, because we're not opponents. We're your neighbors. We're your residents of the village. Each of us, we all have a vested interest in the integrity of preserving the village. Government is not about standing together, is about standing together and having a place for all, honoring and respecting one another despite similarities and differences. To move forward and come together, leaders must have compassion for the people who think differently and open to listening to all.
For your comments. Do we have anyone else in the audience who would like to speak? Okay. As you know, generally the council doesn't respond directly to individual during this time, but obviously people have a chance to speak in their comments. So with that said, I will turn first of all to Mayor Klein.
Thank you, Stacy. First of all, I want to point out you've done a really great job running the meeting tonight.
Thank you.
Very impressed with how organized it is. I've got a lot on the comments, a few things, some announcement. Friday, November 15th is National Recycling Day, also known as America Recycles Day. Keep America Beautiful national initiative. It's the only nationally recognized day dedicated to promoting and celebrating recycling. America Recycle Day educates and encourages us on how to be more mindful of what we consume, where and how to properly recycle, and to pledge to recycle more and right in our everyday lives. More information can be found on the homepage of our website, www.orangevillage.com. Leaf collection continues until the day before Thanksgiving. The members of the Orange Village Fire Department will once again offer their popular holiday delivery service. The first day to drop off gifts is Monday, November 25th. Is that correct? Thanks. At 8:30 a.m. Delivery will be on Sunday, December 21st. Get your gifts in early. This event fills up fast. Forms and information can be found online and on the Orange Village and Fire Department Facebook pages beginning November 22nd.
Just to clarify, that is Saturday, December 21st.
Saturday, December 21st. Excuse me. Wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving. A couple other things that I think are really valuable. The committee organizational meeting took place last night. I was very pleased with the outcome. Over 35 residents attended. The committees I proposed broke out into groups and began to organizing, and they appointed committee champions, brainstormed on ideas, and set meeting dates. While these committees will not be committees of council like the Finance or the former Ready Committee, I've enlisted our council members to serve on the committees to act as liaisons, to bring back to council reports of activities and recommendations for actions, including the formation of other committees that may derive from the work of those committees. So just for your information, the Parks and Recreation Committee, Lisa Perry will be the liaison. The Orange Cares Committee, Kimberly Ulner will be the liaison. The Sustainability and Resilience Committee, Phil Madden will be the liaison. The Veterans Committee, Jeff Foster will be the liaison. The Arts and Culture Committee, Stacy Edelman Vincent will serve on. It's the Centennial Committee, Brent will serve on, and the Economic Development Committee, Ryan Bilski will serve on as the liaison for that committee. Also, yesterday I attended the NOPEC General Assembly. Many items were reviewed and actions taken, including seating a new board, which includes Mayor Georgine Wheelo of South Euclid as our specific representative. NOPEC is talking in the next coming years of making available to communities to have and be able to select renewable energy sources, which we may want to consider. Also, there are a number of grants, going back to our grants discussion earlier, that we can benefit from and that Orange will have an opportunity to pursue. Again, thank you to the color contest winners. They were great. Yesterday, I also attended the Strong Cities webinar on addressing hate in our communities. While a good deal of it was at 30,000 feet and at the scale of large cities, there were ideas and concepts we might explore in our community. I'd like to report that the truck stop has been stopped. Many of you may have observed that a number of 18-wheelers have found their way to the parking lot of, over time, the parking lot of the former Bahama Breeze, and we have gotten the owners of that property to put Jersey berries across the driveway so the trucks can't get in, and there will be chains so they can't continue to occupy that space. Lastly, I want to give some acknowledgement to our police department for a number of really important things that they are doing. Sergeant Jason Marvin has been appointed by Governor DeWine to a board seat on the State of Ohio Council of Juvenile Justice for 25 and 26. Sergeant Marvin has dedicated most of his career to this area of law enforcement and will provide insight directly to our lawmakers as they consider changes to existing laws and the creation of new ones where applicable. As many of you may know, Orange Village is a member of the Valley Enforcement Group, also known as the VEG, which is a consortium of 16 communities that share resources through the use of specialized response teams that include SWAT, missing persons, hostage negotiations, accident investigations, criminal investigations, and an unmanned aircraft aviation unit. Sergeant Joyce Sherwood recently has been appointed as the commander of the Valley Enforcement Group Missing Persons Team. She will be responsible for a team of up to 30 police officers, dispatchers, and volunteers that stand ready to deploy at a moment's notice whenever any VEG community reports a missing person to her. Mike Roberts, our chief, is the immediate past commander of the unit and made the suggestion of Sergeant Sherwood to the VEG chiefs, and they unanimously agreed. She has acted as a team lead for the past several years and is well suited for this leadership role. She is proud of the fact that Orange officers Mike Gobriel, Kevin Oliver, Patrick O'Callahan, and Mike Doublejack are also members of her team. And recently, Detective Stephen Adwell has been appointed as the commander of the Valley Enforcement Group Investigations Unit. This unit is comprised of investigators from each VEG community, and he will coordinate with the resources, tactics, and methods of large-scale and/or advanced investigations for any VEG community that requires unit's assistance. Sergeant Sherwood and Detective Atwell's appointment as commanders make 3 Orange Village police officers that hold title of commander of a Valley Enforcement Unit. Deputy Chief Patrick O'Callahan is the current commander of the VEG Hostage Negotiation Unit. His team is an adjunct to the SWAT team. They provide intelligence and direct communications between people in crisis, suspects that are evading apprehension, and the SWAT commander during critical incidents. He has held this position since 2005 and is proud of the fact that Orange police officers Joyce Sherwood, Mike Obriel, Mike Roberts are active members of the team. This aligns with Chief Roberts and my desire to be as participative as possible throughout the VEG communities. And we thank our police officers for their dedication and their leadership, not only in our own community, but throughout the region. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a few comments. First of all, to those that spoke tonight, I do appreciate your involvement in the community and your passion, and I take your words to heart, and I just want to thank you for your involvement. I have a very short school report. The board next meets on Monday, November 25th at 6 p.m. And fun news, the OHS Drama Club presents the show Airness this weekend at Orange High School. It is a comedic story of finding strength within via an air guitar competition set to the music of REO Speedwagon, Bon Jovi, and Pat Benatar. The show runs at 7 p.m. on Friday and Saturday and 2 on Sunday. Tickets are $10 at the door. It is recommended for middle school and up. Speaking of theater, I want to give a shout out to our former Orange resident, now a resident of Broadway, Josiah Rogers, who is appearing in the national tour of Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations. He is performing in New Philadelphia as we speak, so congratulations to him. I have no planning and zoning report other than that the committee next meets on November 19th. Earlier this week, I attended the Orange Hill Homeowners Association meeting as a resident and on behalf of Mayor Klein. Most of the items were very specific to Orange Hill, but of note was a discussion of fiber optics in our area, specifically to Orange Hill, but also throughout Orange Village. I know we had some discussions way back during the pandemic, but one of the residents mentioned that Hunting Valley is working with a company called Chagrin Valley Gig, which is a community-based provider that offers a fiber optic network delivering high-speed service to its residents. I just wanted to mention it as something we might want to look into and consider. I know it was a hot topic during the pandemic. I certainly think that everybody would appreciate if we could get the fiber optics in. So I just wanted to bring that up. Also a question that came up, and maybe this goes to our Parks Committee, was light and lighting around the Village Park, especially now that it's getting dark so early. People are asking for additional lighting for safety. So I just wanted to bring that up as well. I do want to remind everyone about Shop with a Cop. If you haven't already, please consider buying raffle tickets to donate to this wonderful program. The more money collected, the more children we can accommodate. Tickets may be purchased via Anna or during the day at Village Hall. Also a reminder to all to please subscribe to the e-newsletter if you don't already, and make sure you're on the reverse 911 calls. It's a great way to stay informed about all that our wonderful community has to offer. So if you have friends that may not be a part of it, please tell them to subscribe as well. And speaking of community, I also want to remind everyone about the winter version of our community market. Working collaboratively with Orange Recreation, we will be hosting a winter Orange Community Farmers and Artisan Market at Moreland Hills Elementary School on Saturday, December 7th from 10 to 3. This is basically the same group that ran the farmers market here. We've just moved it indoors because it's December. It will feature fresh produce, handmade crafts, delicious baked goods, and unique gifts showcasing some of the best of our local community. We hope everyone will join us either as a vendor or as a shopper. I want to send a huge thank you to Anna Girardi for once again compiling an amazing Orange for the Holidays booklet. We're down to our final pieces, maybe a final edit or two, and then it goes to print. The goal is to get it in our residents' hands as soon as possible, definitely by early December. I want to thank Brent and Phil for their help, and all of our sponsors, including Burton Carroll Management LLC, Lakeshore Learning, Marilyn Anderson State Farm, The Experienced Barber, The Pizza Joint, The Swedish Solution Inc., Village Diner, Wasabi, and especially Anna Liberati at Pinecrest for all her work securing coupons again. Once again, Pinecrest is offering a raffle for 3 shopping sprees, 2 valued at $500 each, 1 at $1,000. Everyone is eligible. There are coupons right in the front page of the book. So if you fill those out and take them down to 4th and Park, there'll be a little place to drop them in, and they will select those on the weeks noted. Please turn in the coupons. Keep these books. Once you get them, you'll get them in your mail. Keep them handy. You never know what business you might end up at that might have a coupon in the book that will help save you money. And also, it helps support our business community by shopping local. So please keep these books handy. Coupons are good through the end of February this year. Congratulations to our neighbors to the north. Woodmere is celebrating 80 years this weekend. Woodmere is the baby community of our district that subdivided via the Orange community as it once was. They're celebrating 80 years. So I would just want to extend congratulations to Mayor Holbert and all in the community of Woodmere. And then finally, I just want to wish a happy, healthy Thanksgiving filled with good food, great family, and wonderful memories in the months ahead. Thank you. Ms. Ulner, please.
Thank you. So as the mayor indicated, there are now these committees, and I am the liaison with the Orange Cares Committee. The first meeting will be December 10th at 7 p.m. here at Village Hall. And the Orange Cares Committee is basically going to be trying to build bonds and encouraging kindness within our community, which I think would be a wonderful thing. Notwithstanding the committee, I would encourage people to think about things that you can do on an everyday basis to help brighten your neighbor's days. So if you have a neighbor who, with the holidays coming up, is out of town, maybe you can bring up their garbage cans for them. It's just a nice thing to do. Also, maybe give grace to someone. Maybe they misspoke. Everybody has those moments when they say something maybe they shouldn't have. So give grace. And on Thanksgiving, I want to wish everyone a wonderful Thanksgiving, but ask around. If you have a neighbor who has no place to go for the holiday, I would encourage you to open your home and invite them to join you at your table. It's a wonderful thing to do. Again, the holidays can be a very hard time for many people, so star 988 is the suicide and mental health hotline. So please, if someone needs it, they should get some help. The Shop with a Cop that was mentioned is a great thing that we can do to help bring some joy to some kids within our own community who would otherwise not have a very happy holiday with respect to presents. I also think the Shop with a Cop, we sort of focus on the presents aspect, and I think that's great. But it also helps build bonds between police officers and youth who may need it the most. And so I think that's a wonderful part of that program that should not be overlooked. So the more kids that we can involve in that program, I think the better off we are as a community as well. So I hope that everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday, and see you in December.
Ms. Zollner, Mr. Bilski.
I just will wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and I feel like that's all I have for this evening.
Thank you. Mrs. Perry.
Thanks. We had our big budget meeting tonight, and all of you were there. Thank you for coming. Dana would love to have our next meeting the first Wednesday of the month, if you can accommodate that in your schedules. Thank you, Anna. We will be meeting at our normal time, correct? Dana? I think we don't need extra time. Yeah. So we'll meet at 7:15 for
6:15.
6:15. Thank you. 6:15 the first Wednesday of December. And if you have any major changes or concerns or questions, please get them to Dana before that. If we need to take more time, we can extend into the second week, but it would be preferable to punch this out, vote on it at the first meeting, and have it all ready for January 1st.
Wait, I'm not confused.
Report.
Question.
Finance meeting will be first Wednesday.
Thank you. Mr. Madden.
Yes. Last night we had a meeting of many of the committees, and the Sustainability and Resilience Committee had a lot of people, several people, and a lot of very good ideas, and I expect a lot of good to come from that. So, and we'll start meeting in January, second day in January will be our first meeting. So they can come to that. And I also want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Mr. Foster.
First, I want to echo some of the comments everyone's made about Thanksgiving and some of the comments that our residents have made. We're all in the same fight together, and I'm glad everybody could express their views. Chief Roberts, sir, congratulations to you guys that are representing on the squad. I've been around some of those guys, and I know that's tough work, and so that's leadership. That shows 3 people from the department representing Orange. I also represent the veterans, so we don't have a date officially, but it will be sometime in January, and I look forward to representing military members and MIAs. We don't talk about MIAs enough as well. There's a lot of people that don't come back home, so we should honor those as well.
Thank you, Mr. Foster. I'd like to thank everyone for being here tonight. And with that, I'll wish you all a very happy beginning of the holiday season and adjourn this meeting.